There's a glimmer of good news in the midst of all this despondency. India has jumped up 12 notches on the global ranking on the ease of doing business. I want to take you through where the big jumps have come from. In just a moment from now, Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha is joining me on the newsroom. Let me take you through where the improvement has come from. Overall, we've gone from 142 to 130 on the list of 189 economies on the ease of doing business. The big jumps have come in starting a business, where we've jumped from 164 to 155. That's a change in rank of 9 points. When it comes to getting electricity, we've jumped a whopping 29 places from 99 last year to 70 this year. These are two places where the jump has been the biggest. We haven't been able to change much when it comes to dealing with construction permits, when it comes to registering property, when it comes to getting credit, protecting minority investors, paying taxes, trading across borders, enforcing contracts, resolving insolvency. These are areas where there's been virtually no change. Starting a business, getting electricity, dealing with construction permits, those are some of the better areas. So some green spots there, lots of red areas as well for the government to deal with. I want to go across now to Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha. He's joining me on this broadcast. Welcome, Jayant, to the newsroom. I want to begin by asking you about this jump of 12 spots. So while there is a jump indeed, there are several red flags as well, where there hasn't been much change in the last 12 months. So it shows you've got some green areas, but lots of red flags on that report card as well, Jayant.
We are definitely going to be in the top 50 in the next 3 years. You have to remember that when this survey was done, it was done in June 2015. So really just a year after we had come to power, and many of the measures that we have undertaken are somewhat longer term, but they should fructify in the next 6 months or so. So our thinking is that next time around, that when this is done, what is going to happen is that we will move into the top 100. We are 130th right now, but many of the measures we've put into place will really show up next year. We'll be in the top 100 next year, and then thereafter we will move into the top 50. So we are absolutely on track. I must emphasize again that no country has ever moved up 12 ranks in just 1 year before. And in fact, the World Bank in its report culled out India and it created a separate box to talk about all the terrific work that the government is doing.
Jayant, you're trying to portray a rosy picture, but your comments come just days after former minister in the BJP government, Arun Shourie, made a very scathing attack at the Modi-led government, saying the Modi government is Congress plus cow, suggesting that the policies are all those followed by the Congress. The only difference is the tamasha around the beef politics that's now hogging the limelights. How do you respond to that?
That is entirely inaccurate. The fact is that our economic policies and our foreign policies are completely different from that of the UPA government, and it's showing up obviously in the standing that India now has globally. It's showing up in the FDI numbers, it's showing up in where the Sensex and the Nifty are right now, and it's showing up in the GDP growth rate. And in fact, if you look at our economic philosophy, if you look at the manner in which we've handled the economy, it's entirely different from the way that the UPA did it. So it's erroneous to say that what we're doing is Congress scaled up. It's absolutely inaccurate. We are focusing on investments, we are focusing on the supply side, we are focusing on empowering people as opposed to giving them entitlements. All of these policies are a sea change from the policies of the UPA government.
Jayant,
and as I said earlier,
Sunday we were in
Hajipur,
where we attended the Prime Minister's rally, and sitting right behind where we were a bunch of investors who'd come from Mumbai. They were very concerned about what may happen on the 8th of November. Their prediction is if the BJP loses, the whole process of trying to push economic growth through some of the reform agenda that your government has, that will go for a complete toss. Are you very concerned about what may happen on the 8th of November and the impact that this will have on the economic reform process?
Well, obviously we are concerned about what November 8th will bring in terms of the election results in Bihar, but we are completely not concerned about what it means as far as the economic agenda is concerned. Our economic agenda, as I was just describing earlier, is very well defined, very different from what the UPA was doing, and we are absolutely intent on working through our economic agenda, bringing forward further progressive legislation like the bankruptcy code. We are hoping and trying to collaborate with our colleagues across the aisle so that we can get GST passed. But there's a host of other things that we're doing, for example, in Startup India, where there are a series of important announcements that are going to happen, whether it is in terms of reforming our banks and strengthening our financial sector. There are very, very interesting and novel things we're doing as far as direct benefits transfer is concerned. We are putting in place virtually a platform for universal social security. We are taking a whole raft of measures to increase agricultural productivity. We will continue to work on that. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana is going to be just a very, very important and significant contribution.
I have one final question, Jayant, before I let you go, and this is to do with rising dal prices, because as we traveled through Bihar, the one feeling that I picked up was a strong sense of unease with the fact that the Modi government hadn't been able to prevent the prices of dal from going up. Now, people, when you were in opposition, you used to say that Sharad Pawar and Manmohan Singh do this deliberately. They don't stop the prices from going up because they are working in cahoots with those who benefit. Now the same charge is being leveled, and that's something that people in Bihar were very upset about, the government's inability to ensure that prices didn't go up. You didn't act on time, Jayant.
Dal prices in Bihar reflect the failure of Nitish's government to check these prices. We have made it possible for state governments through the price stabilization fund, through the stocks that we are releasing into the marketplace, through what can be distributed through fair price shops, to ensure that dal prices are in control. You can come with me today, Rahul. I will take you to the Kendriya Bhandar in Delhi, and you'll be able to buy tur dal at 120 rupees a kg. So wherever the state governments are working with us, we've put in place very proactive measures to be able to ensure that prices are under control. And as far as dal prices are concerned, we have a lot of confidence that with the controls that we have, plus the longer term measures that we're taking, that they will soon be down to the levels that people enjoyed just a few months ago, which would be 100 to 150 rupees.
I'm going to leave it over there. Jayant Sinha, for joining me on the newsroom, thank you very much. You're blaming the Nitish government for rising dal prices. The Nitish government says that charge is bogus. We leave it to the people to decide where they want to attribute this blame. Thank you very much. But the good news, though, there is that there's been a jump of 12 spots when it comes to the ease of doing business. The target, though, is to be in the top 50 in the next 3 years.